Namaste. Good afternoon. See, you got some energy going. That's excellent. Good to see. Good to see. It's really a pleasure to welcome you all to this year's Everest International Model United Nations. And I just want to thank you, Mr. Minister, Patricia, other distinguished guests and delegates that are here for joining us to kick off this 5-day conference here in Kathmandu. To the delegates, I'm thrilled to see so many of you elected to be part of one of the most diverse Model UN conferences in South and Central Asia. Some of our participants traveled very long distances to be in Kathmandu. We have representatives from Kyrgyzstan, Sri Lanka, Norway, Pakistan, and Portugal, and from every province within Nepal, just to name a few. So this is just a terrific representation of young people from throughout the region and beyond. I'm also inspired to see such a large, enthusiastic group of young adults actively interested in global issues. Together, you all represent our common aspirations for the United Nations as an organization encompassing people from different cultures and backgrounds, sharing their experiences and expertise, all in the hopes of finding common solutions to regional and global challenges. This week, you will simulate tackling issues from technological automation to juvenile delinquency, from air pollution to gender equality. You have an ambitious agenda, and I look forward to learning about your innovative solutions. As the ambassador of the United States to Nepal, I can offer you insights on how these simulations closely mirror the work my team and I do every day. The skills you build for Model UN in research, in persuasion, and in bridging divides are valuable whether you choose a career in diplomacy, in entrepreneurship, in teaching, journalism, or something else entirely. As a diplomat, I've come to understand how listening intently and with respect can help change minds. Being open and willing to listen to your peers with different views, to fully explore the priorities of each country at the table. This is what opens the path for resolution. After all, diplomacy rarely succeeds overnight. It requires weeks, months, even years of diligent work in which you grow to understand what drives the person or government with which you're engaging. Now, the United States believes in the founding purposes of the United Nations: to maintain international peace and security, to promote human rights and fundamental freedoms without exclusion, and to develop friendly international coordination on the principles of equal rights and self-determination. Globally, the United States has demonstrated American multilateral leadership at the United Nations and around the world. From holding Russia accountable for its war of aggression against Ukraine, to leading global efforts to combat food insecurity, to supporting efforts for global public health. Of course, as the world around us evolves, so too do the challenges that we face. That's the nature of our increasingly interconnected world. Over the next few days, you will work together to find ways to achieve sustainable development goals that promise inclusivity, technological innovation, and economic opportunity to both young women and young men. Even though this is a simulation, you, as young leaders, are essential to successfully realizing these ambitious goals in the long run. Beyond the resolutions you pass in the next 5 days, I hope what you take home goes far beyond this simulation. It's easy for someone to say they want to change the world, but you're actually taking steps to do it. As you work with and debate each other over the next days, I hope you will develop friendships and partnerships with peers from across the globe and continue your passion to make the world a better place for all of us. Thank you.